Hello. I just got done editing a video. I'm exporting it right now. And I'm starting a new one. JD is here visiting, and we had every intention of making this man dinner, but he decided he wanted to make burritos. Carnita burritos. Heck yeah, I'm excited. Hey Jaylene, are you excited for carnitas burritos?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh?
Uh-huh.
What about you, Amber Wild? Carnitas burritos?
We're singing Rain, Rain, Go Away.
Oh.
Rain, rain, go.
I'll show you what these look like when they're done. Look at that burrito. That's a JD smothered burrito. Nice. Good morning. Say good morning, Ember.
Good morning.
Obviously it's a new day. JD loves cooking and I love eating his cooking. Look at this. I don't remember the last time I've had corned beef and hash. I'm excited. Thank you.
Enjoy.
Jaylena is working out. That's why you don't see her right now. And JD and I are about to go on a whole adventure on this whole property fiasco today. We have some missions we're gonna get into, but we're gonna eat breakfast and start there. Welcome back. The update is, I didn't really do a good job of filming today, but JD and I went back to the building permit office this morning. Last night you seen that we were drawing the demolition plans. That's what all the drawings were. And we just left the office and I just paid for a permit to demo the barn up there, the addition behind the mobile home, and the little tree house thing over there. So just paid to demolish. They are getting torn out. They have to go. I seen some of the comments saying that I'm grandfathered in. That's not true. That's not the case. They have to go. There's no fighting it. There's no nothing. It is what it is. Got the permit. Now, the way that works is I don't just pay for a permit and can start demolishing buildings. Basically, I submit the paperwork. There's an eagle right there.
Yeah. You submit the paperwork, submit the application. They process, they review it. If they agree with it, they process it. They give you the number.
They make a little packet, and then I got to go pick it up.
And then you can start demolishing.
So we're waiting on that. Now, the building that's in question that we're going to try and save. So this is the middle bay. This is all legal. But from basically the gutter all the way over is the structure that a permit was started and never finished. And we're trying not to lose. That's what we use for the studio. The tiny homes, they're a loss and it sucks to lose them 100%. This is gonna be its own set of issues, right? But I'm gonna have my hands full dealing with the demolition easily for the next month or so. Is that BB on the road?
Yeah.
No, it's a black cat.
It's your neighbors.
The demolition is going to take a lot of time and energy, and this is more of a paperwork thing at the moment.
For now.
For now. So I'm going to try and start that paperwork, but do the work that I need to do right now. and we all need to pray that I can keep that building. Or we're in trouble. What we're gonna do now is we're basically gonna kind of start working on it. We have a lot of cardboard. I don't know if you can see it back there in the middle bay piled up. That's from all the building stuff. So solar panel boxes, water tank boxes, fridge box. We need to empty this out so that we can empty the tiny home on stilts out so that we can demolish it. There's a bunch of crap up there. We're using it as storage. I still have the seats in the trailer that I went and picked up. So the plan is right now for the rest of the day, we're gonna get the seats out of the trailer. Probably put them here, and then we're gonna pull the cardboard out, put it in the trailer, so that when the dump's open, I can make a run and go get rid of all the cardboard, and we can start moving stuff around to empty out the things that need to be broke down. It's kind of where we're at. So let's get to work. Yeah. Hey, stop.
The other way, you're taking it the other way. There you go. There you go. Come on now, straight.
Good morning. Amber's got her cupcake tutu on. Look at the cupcake.
Say happy birthday, Dad.
So, yeah, it's my birthday today. And look what Jaylena got me. Jaylena and Ember. You want to see it? Do you want the balloon?
Yes.
I'm gonna read that card, and she got me a bunch of almond roca and jerky.
They had a bunch of stuff like this for Mother's Day, so I made you one for your birthday.
That's funny. Alright, y'all, I'm gonna check this out. Thank you, Jaylena and Ember.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Do you want to open the card on the camera?
Oh, thank you.
You're gonna read it?
Yeah.
On camera?
Oh. Dad, he's our man. If he can't do it, shh. Then watch out, because the tools and swear words will be a-flying. That's why we love you, Dad. Anyway, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Hello. So, as everybody knows, we're already dealing with the county and all the property problems, all right? And then Jaylina comes to me the other day and says, hey, there's water coming out of the floor. So JD and I automatically assume it's a toilet. We pull the whole toilet apart, thinking the seal is bad. We'll replace the toilet today, no big deal. As we dig around, we find that whatever the drain, it looks like this was the original drain of the mobile home here, and he relocated it over here, and this all leaks. You stick your hand in there, there's a lot of water in there. We don't have the time to deal with this right now, but we have to fix it. So yeah. So yeah, we're gonna figure this one out too. We gotta go get Jordan and Ashley from the airport. Come on. I think at this point in the video, we were hoping to do a little more work and empty this out, but just didn't happen. But I think I want to touch on everything that we have learned with the property so far. And these are things that you just wouldn't know unless you were going through this, right? First thing is, there's a thing called open permits, right? I don't care who you are, I don't care who you hired, I don't care if it's a brand new sub or whatever, right? If you're gonna buy a property, I suggest you go to the public works in your county and have them tell you if all the structures there were permitted, right? It's free. You can just walk in.
All you gotta have is the address.
Yeah, if we would have known, and these are the things they don't necessarily teach in school, or like, how do you even know this without having an issue like this? You would think that you have a realtor and all this stuff, and like that's what they did, but it doesn't matter, because it's, at the end of the day, it's your money that's getting spent, right? So it's free. It costs nothing. If I could leave everybody watching this knowing that one thing, that's the biggest advice I'd give myself. If you're gonna buy a piece of property, go to Public Works and just run the address. Save yourself.
Yeah.
All kind. It's free. It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, they told us flat out, if you'd walked in there with the address and said I'm in the process of purchasing the property, they would have pulled it. All this stuff would have shown up, and then it could have been dealt with correctly at the time of purchase,
and probably not have been purchased.
At that point, it probably would have been too much, and we would have walked away. But I mean, you never know. At that point, they might have made it worth your while to actually buy it too. So I mean, it could go either way. The biggest thing, you know, to take away from all this, I sat down last night and read a lot of the comments. The biggest takeaway from this is each county Each state has their own requirements, their own regulations, their own, you know, everything has its own particularities. This is no exception. The people down at the county office, I think, you know, once we got in there, they were great. They worked with us. They explained to us the reasons why the outbuildings and the addition to the back of the trailer are in fact unauthorized. I won't use the term illegal.
And can't be permitted.
They cannot be permitted. Real quick, I'll touch on it. The addition to the back of the home, that is a double wide mobile home. In this county, in this location, you cannot bolt, mount, or otherwise fixate an addition to a mobile home.
In any shape or form.
In any way. So there it is. Boom. Cut and dry.
If you want a patio, it has to be a separate structure. It cannot be attached.
Held up by its own on all four corners. The tiny home that's up on the hill, the reason that you can have outbuildings and you can have them, you know, approved a certain square footage, it varies with what you're doing. However, there is a 10-foot height limitation. That one almost exceeds 25 feet, which, again, cut and dry. It can't be taller than that. It's got to go. This right here, completely unpermitted, completely uninspected. And
it would never pass.
And with
anything.
what I know about engineering from my occupation, with what I do, I always questioned this, and then now, well, here we are, and it's got to go. So those are the reasons those three structures, they're done. It's over. Yeah. There's no fight.
No saving.
It's the law, if you will. And, you know, it's a shame that we're in this boat. That is a whole nother issue. You know, I saw multiple comments of hire a lawyer, hire a lawyer. Let me tell you this, and I'll just refer to one phone call we had. It's a lot of money to hire a lawyer on a whim of something that is so cut and dry. So in the future, is this going to be looked at further? Of course, yes. We have to, because at this point, what I was noticed is when this was all sold to us, these aspects that have to be torn down were made selling points. So, you know, there's a question of, you know, resale value, there's a question of taxation value, which is interesting about all of this.
I've been paying taxes on these buildings.
So all of this is illegal.
But they'll still tax you.
But they've been taxed on them. So go figure. It is the way things are. It is not as, you know, someone's like, oh, hire a lawyer and get them all. No. So that's not going to happen. So
I would love to, but I actually did call one or had a consultation, and it's $2,500 just for dude to even look at it and decide if he wants to do the case. Right? I'm not made of money, and I have to keep the money I have to, like, this isn't gonna all be free. I'm gonna have to pay thousands of dollars in dumpsters. I gotta have a babysitter here 5 days a week now. Like, there's a lot of costs and expenses gonna be associated. And the one thing I want to touch on too is I'm in a different position. I am a full-time YouTuber, right? I can stop everything I'm doing and handle this situation myself, because filming it, I'm gonna be able to keep the bills getting paid, right? One thing I asked JD is, like, what if I was a normal American working citizen? I have to go clock in 9 to 5, and I can't just work on this like, I would have to hire a construction company. This would be anywhere from probably 20 to 50 grand, like in demolition, in disposal. You'd be broke. You'd go bankrupt. That's
the one quote that I got, and because in the requirements to make this conform, not only does it you can't just tear it down and have a pile of rubble. You have to tear it down and remove it from the property.
Yeah.
So a 30-foot roll-off dumpster 6 months ago was $1,600. If those of you remember the video before when we moved in, how we had to clean the place out and the dumpster, etc. That was $1,600 just for that dumpster. You're talking about moving probably 3 of those dumpsters. I spoke with a gentleman on the phone he works with people who do house flipping, and they go in and they remove, you know, unauthorized structures, they clean places out and everything else. He said the labor alone to do this was $10,000, plus any additional charges above and beyond that. So that's any permits that he would have to pull, which we know that we had to pull them. There's the cost of the dumpsters. So it went to $25,000, and that's bare minimum, barring any complications.
And then what if you didn't have it? It doesn't matter.
If you don't have it, what do you do? And so, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. The garage, the studio part, we are going to attempt to save. We're going to bring in a structural engineer who will come in and basically reverse engineer it. He will inspect what is there, draw it up, say what, you know, he feels it needs to be. If it's not conforming, what we need to bring it into conformance. And then once that happens, he will sign it off and say, as is, it is conforming. That will be submitted to the county, who then again reviews that, and then they come out and they would inspect and, you know, do what they do. The biggest thing people have to understand is the county's not the bad guy here. Okay, they received, however, they were notified of this issue.
Yeah.
They are required to investigate, they are required to assess, and they are required to decide upon. They've made their decision. It is what it is. The biggest takeaway you can get from his experience and my experience is, if you are going to buy a rural property like this, and someone even told us on a new property to do it, but a rural property like this that's had, per se, the same owner for 30 plus years, go down there and do a permit search. There is no guarantee that, one, the title company does it. There is no guarantee that real estate agents involved do it. There is no guarantee that anyone in the entire real estate purchase process does this. It's just not there. So cover yourself, because it may or may not affect the property, and protect yourself, because otherwise you will wind up in a situation like this. And I can tell you firsthand, it's a nightmare.
Yeah. So, yeah. We're getting through this. We're going to be sharing all the updates that we can during this process, so that you guys can learn through this as well, just like I am. I've learned more about real estate in the last few years.
Learn way more than I want to know.
Than I ever thought I would need to know. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If we're missing anything, like if anybody actually worked in this industry or knows something, please get in the comment section below. Share your information. I do read every single one of them. And I'm super grateful for everybody that shows up every week, watching the videos, supporting Jaylene and I. Thank you for being here, and we're going to get through this together.
I just want to throw something out there. There is a gentleman, and I do apologize, I cannot remember his name. The support that supporters give is priceless. You have no understanding. I appreciate that as a parent. I know they appreciate it. It means a lot. So I sat down last night till 3 o'clock in the morning reading all of your comments and all of your encouragement. It's appreciated, and again, follow us through this journey.
All right, y'all, peace out. We'll see you in another video. Bye.